Faceless Void.
Hello everybody, this is HeflaTV here with HeflaMoke and Michael as your cast. This is the MPGL, the Grand Finals LAN in Manila, the Philippines. It's pretty much for the C scene, the DreamHack equivalent, I would say. A lot of C teams, pretty much all you know. Unfortunately, I think Evasion is, for example, missing because they were trying to go to another event and eventually they had to cancel this, but then I think Synergy didn't happen. But still, we got like all the big teams here. Team Malaysia is here, CNS, Myth, Rave, Arcanis, like the MVP teams are here, and I don't even know who's in Group B. There's even more to come. Mike, good morning or good night in your time zone. What is it?
I'm gonna call it night until we get into like game 4 or 5. Then we're gonna start calling it early morning. Because right now it's at midnight, and well, hopefully I'm not gonna crap out on you. Eating a lot, of course, but that is over since technically midnight, no longer Thanksgiving, and we have a draft on our hands. And this is certainly a draft that I am not too used to seeing because there's some weird heroes being banned and picked right off the bat.
It's madness. It's absolutely madness. Like, usually we don't see those heroes coming through. Team Malaysia banning out the Shadow Demon as well as the OD. On the other side we have the Enigma and the Pugna. I don't know if they both agreed on this, but it's looking ridiculous. But the picks are just crazy because usually these are at least Death Prophet, Ogre and the Void first ban material. The Dota usually comes in the third, fourth ban, something like that.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, the Void, Ogre Magi, Death Prophet, they're all strong enough heroes, and I would say those picks aren't that weird. Rave choosing their Medusa rather early. It's been quite a while since I've seen Rave play. If I remember correctly, they, you know, of course, like to have Medusa with a little bit of farm, but they have no problems with playing aggressively early on if the situation should need it. It is also worth noting that Team Malaysia are kind of known for these weird first couple of bans. I don't know if that has changed since Mushi has left.
That's a good question. Actually, I haven't seen Team Malaysia ever since Mushi left, and now that who's actually standing? I didn't even check. It's WTF, right? Yeah.
I have no idea who's MY. They're all MY.
They're all MY today. No, it's KYX.
Oh wait, and Rave just skipped a ban. What just happened?
Oh well.
This game is crazy, man. Already, first game of the day, and we're already just like, what the hell's going on?
The question is that disconnected. Everybody disconnected, so we have...
Oh, and everyone left.
Yeah, never mind
the
that,
hell?
guys. So, we're going directly into the little remake. Let's see what we got here. We need to find our new lobby. And there we are.
Okay, I'm going to disconnect then. That was kind of anticlimactic.
Yep, just be fast. Players are all in there, and we are G. Anyway, that was kind of a surprise. I was looking forward to this draft. It started so crazy, and now we're looking at, like, I don't know. Now we have, like, standard draft along the meta, and I got so excited. It's 6
Well, I mean,
here.
maybe they just disconnected after the first pick. It's like I don't know when they disconnected. So this might be like same first 2 picks, and then we resume from there.
I don't know, but we're back into the draft. I even got my
No, wait, no, that's
sorted
definitely not the same draft.
Yeah, now we have the right stuff going on. Team Malaysia versus Rave, guys. We are here, HeflaTV with HeflaMoke and Michael Loris. We go for the second one, and well, not too different actually. We have 2 old faces. The Ogre Magi and the Dusa is coming now as a picks, but yeah, the Death Prophet changed.
It's starting to get like last game. Like, these are the bans from last game, except it's in different order. What is going on? Well, Scaffnade, Ogre Magi, Death Prophet, Team Malaysia, they know what they want, and they're going to get it. They have their early 2 supports up. They have Death Prophet for a little bit of early game, mid-game pressure. Rave, they're going to pick up the Brewmaster Morphling, the Brewmaster Medusa as their cores, Vengeful Spirit, Witch Doctor as the supports, and can these guys draft any faster? This is literally the fastest draft I've seen in my life.
Okay, I don't know what to say. Like, this is too fast to cast. Like, I'm completely... It's 6 a.m.
We just let them finish. We'll let them finish, and then we'll just take it from there. Just you guys finish up. Okay. This is... How long did that take? Like, 30 seconds?
I don't know.
What the hell?
30 seconds draft, and they definitely deserve a HeflaTV highlight. That was the freaking fastest cast I've ever had in my entire career. Never seen something like this before. They're gonna get an extra video for this one.
So, props to Team Malaysia and Rave. I have never seen a draft go by that quickly, ever. Like, not when I've been in the casting seat, not when I've been a spectator, but we have ourselves a draft right now, and Let's take a look at not the progression of the draft, but what we have on the table right now in total. For Team Malaysia, 3 core is going to be Elder Titan, Morphling, and Death Prophet, kind of to be expected. Or the Elder Titan expected to be the core as far as that is concerned. Ogre Magi, Scarlet Mage, one of the more devastating support combos for roaming. For Rave, 3 cores, Viper, Brewmaster, Medusa. So they're looking to take this a little bit later, although as I said before, Rave they are not going to hesitate to go aggressive with the Medusa if they can. So that's about the state of the draft.
Yeah. To be honest, it was so fast, my brain is processing it still. We have to look at the cores. I mean, wow, Death Prophet we're gonna have in the mid. We have a Farming Morphling, a quite nice combination as in supports with the Scarab Mage plus the Ogre, Elder Titan in the offlane. That's the setup, I guess, right there. And on the other side, who we gonna get in the mid? It's probably either Viper or the Brewmaster, if I'm not mistaken. But it seems like the Viper's gone in there, so we have a Brewmaster offlane, maybe in an aggressive tri-lane, and the Duza is actually farming on the safe lane. That's how it looks at the moment, at least.
Well, we're going to be loading up into the lanes. Of course, no time for lane analysis because these guys apparently have to be somewhere soon. We are going to see Rave. It's going to be Chrissy on the Brewmaster, currently heading up towards top with Cast and Ninja Boogie, playing the Witch Doctor, Vengeful Spirit following up behind. Don't expect them to stick in that lane for much longer. It's going to be most likely heavy roaming from them. Royer is going to be on the mid lane Viper, and bottom lane's Jao's Medusa. And it looks like Chrissy might be in a little trouble. No, he's going to be just fine.
Yeah. Oh my god, like I'm just looking at the chat response because they're seeing right now, of course with the 2 minutes delays as usual guys, they see the fast draft and everybody's like, whoa, what the hell. Either way, we have Ohio now here on the Elder Titan. We have KYXY playing in the mid, the Death Prophet, WTF on the Morphling standing in for Mushi, the Net is playing the Ogre Magi, and who did I forget? Who's MY? Just MY.
I have no idea. This is where we like pull the chat, right? Because they're all MY except for this guy who actually has no name.
We have Ohio, KS, KYXY, Net, and Ice officially in the roster, but so is that KS or is that Ice? It's either or, because we have Net, KYXY, Ohio, and WTF standing in.
You know, I would say if you want us to call you by your name, you have to put your name on the thing so he can actually see it. So we're just gonna call him Scarlet Mage. He doesn't have a name. I mean, that's his fault. What he wants.
So let's see what we got here. We're checking this out. I wanna know. Ling.
Ling.
Okay. Change PC. Oh wow. Okay.
Well, I guess that's the nice part about having a pause. One of the few nice parts. You actually get to figure out who's playing. You get to ask them and it's fine because you're not interrupting anything.
This is next level fun, to be honest. But like he said Ling, but who's Ling? Jesus Christ. Like Ling, Ang Kok Sin Chua Chi Zai. These are like the real names of KS and Ice. So who's Ling? I'm confused. Maybe it's completely two new standards. But
isn't there a player named Ling? Just straight up Ling?
Well, maybe it's Ling. I don't know. Just Ling, as in.
Shit, I mean, you said it's Ling, so we're gonna call him Ling.
Okay, we go with Ling then, guys. Either way, just as a reminder for all those who are like, oh, pauses, whatnot. Like, we must not forget these are the first games of a 3 days LAN in the Philippines. Like, the Mineski guys, they have been planning for ages on this, like the MPGL games before. Like, you've seen the last 3 legs of MPGL casted by us and Beyond the Summit. All of them were pretty much fun, but this is a whole new level, I guess. Simply because, yeah, LAN with all the chaos there, alone the fact that you're sitting there, cables, computers, all the hardware can crash, which is, I don't know, not uncommon for the online tournaments, but on a LAN, yeah. Even ESL 1 and DreamHack and whatnot, none of them are immune to all these little bit
of research done. Yeah, Ling was a name, but from a long time ago, last active in 2013. So, yeah. He is actually a player. He's played on MUFC and Orange before, so it might have actually been Orange with some of these guys. I know that was maybe not.
By the way, can you tell me why I have a short victory shout on my HUD at the moment?
I cannot because I do not have that.
I mean, I'm a spectator in this game. Why do I have like options like I'm a player? Like,
Maybe you are a player.
okay,
Are you Ling?
I'm Ling. Yeah, that's the secret. I'm Ling. I'm the secret stand-in for Team Malaysia.
Wow,
They're gonna.
casting and playing. That's like new
Mhm.
heights right there. I'm also pretty sure it's cheating.
Yeah, I'm also pretty sure Team Malaysia will lose.
You have to press it and see what happens.
I
And then,
tried
like,
to press it in the
beforehand,
pause. It doesn't work.
just take a note, guys. We're not biased either way. So whatever the victory shout says, it doesn't mean we know who's going to win.
But you know, the funny part is like when I'm actually a spectator and I can click my short victory shout, then it should say spectators win, casters win. So
We always
have
win.
like a third party. We need a base. Like this is StarCraft, one on one on a free player map, something like that. And I don't know,
20
we
minute
stay
no
neutral
rush.
till the end, till they fight and everything, and then we sneak in their base and obliterate them all.
With
Something like
carriers, they'll never see it coming.
yeah, exactly. I don't know. Right now, I'm just reading the chat. Best gaming experience. No, they can't even afford internet. Third world country. Low end PC. Guys,
Yeah, sorry
chill
guys
out
for not
there.
knowing who exactly Ling is. It's not very common that I get to cast these C games, so I am unfortunately uninformed.
Yep. But instead of like being so negative, guys, we could actually find out who is Ling. Tell us, guys, who is Ling? The guy.
Someone
and
type his
why.
entire biography into the chat, and that would be fantastic.
Yeah. I would definitely say that like Valve should make something like, I don't know, if you claim you're like some professional player, then it should give for one player like some sort of database. Then you can assign yourself when you join a certain team instead of like this I don't know, steady roster we have or this rigid roster we have at the moment, which means like every time the people are not properly joined to the team, they are listed as stand-ins and whatnot, but that the players will always display their name once they decided for a proper name. And of course you can
That's
change
what
it
the
a tiny
official
bit when
info
you
is,
add
right?
sponsors, but
That's what the official info is. They added that. I don't know how in-depth that is going to be, but I'm pretty sure that's the idea.
yeah, I'm hoping for that.
But also players are bums, and they don't want to update that. So it's not going to work. Because people are lazy. Players are really lazy.
And some people ask if there's a Mineski stream. In theory, there should be a Mineski. Oh wait, we got a tweet on HeflaTV Twitter here. Ling is G-Guard player Ling. His full name is Sim Boy Cheong.
Shit, is
I
someone
hopefully-
actually just
hopefully pronounced
telling us
that
the
correctly.
entire life story of this guy? Because that'll be fantastic. This is probably the best thing to actually figure out while we're in an extremely long pause.
No, but like, shout out to @Razor Ownerd, aka Li Jia Ming. Thank
Well,
you
don't
for
give
the
him the full
information
name,
on our
man.
Twitter.
Yes,
That's
thank you
awesome.
for educating.
Yeah, that's
The
the power of
uninformed.
social media, Mike. I tell you. It's all
Giveaway?
social media. But wait,
What? Who
I
said
hear
that?
sound. The sound of action. Give it to us. Either way, guys, we are in, and for all those who just joined the stream, we're here MPGL, the Grand Finals qualifier, day 1 of a 3 days LAN, and the runes are about to spawn. In the south we have Team Rave, and on the other side Team Malaysia. Let's see who's gonna get the runes. The Brewmaster is gonna secure that fine little illusion rune, and of course Ohio is gonna get the bounty rune then instead.
Before we get anywhere else, press that victory shout. I want to see what happens.
Oh yeah, it doesn't work.
Okay, that's
can't.
kind of a bummer. Alright, well, anyway, it is looking like it's going to be a full-on offensive tri-lane from the Rave side. It is pretty deadly. However, up against Morphling, I don't really know if they have enough. They have to catch him at a good angle so that he doesn't just straight strength morph or waveform out of that. But in this 3v1 situation, I don't expect Morphling to get that much. That being said, Jo is in a much worse situation, as he is soon to realize, as the enemy heroes are coming around, Mana Shield level 1 is going to give him quite a bit of effective HP. But even if he survives this, he's going to have to go to base, and I don't really think there's a high chance that he survives.
Yeah,
He's going to
them
go
body
down.
blocks, like, Net actually did quite a decent job there. Like, at first it looked like Duza is like pushing him away, sort of, but Ogre just too fat. I mean, he has the power of 2, and yeah, in the end, Jo going down. That was to be expected. A Duza level 1 versus a tri-line, that's something that doesn't work out. Morphling is definitely better here to escape.
Yeah, just having any tool at all. Mana Shield is pretty decent at survivability when you're not a level 1 hero, so I would also say that Team Malaysia just have better heroes at going aggressive in these scenarios. In general, just on this bottom lane, Scarith Mage and Ogre Magi, some of the most highest damage support heroes you could possibly find, especially when you load out with boots first as the Ogre, which is the more aggressive build, and it pretty much doesn't get any more aggressive than that unless you want to go for an Orb of Venom, which may or may not be the case, but already Rave not exactly starting out in the best of times, as they've now dissolved into dual lanes. Morphling is going to be just fine in this lane. This is probably like the ideal for Morphling, not in general, but as in the context of a team.
Yep, as the lane right now is, I don't think they can kill the Morphling unless they wait for a level 3 Witch Dog who gets like really lucky bounces and the Brewmaster is chasing him after he got slowed from the Thunderclap. That's the only scenario where I could see him dying. Otherwise he always has like high ground, low ground choice of waveform, etc, which he's doing right now. I mean, it's not enough for escape, and Chrissy's actually coming in, but it's just for some right clicks. Like Card, he won't do anything. Well, Casket is flying out, but wow, it's actually perfect with that range KP, and in the end WTF, he doesn't have the mana and he doesn't go under the tower. Like Chrissy is just nuking him down at the moment. Some more right clicks and that's it. I don't understand why he went to the right there actually. I thought the tower at least get some vengeance damage in there.
Yeah, I think at that point, you're up bottom lane. Jo is going to get jumped. Invisibility rune being picked up by Ling. Now going strong onto Jo already. They use Ignite. Fire Blast being held for now, but they will throw it eventually. Now reduce it down. They're going to go straight onto Ninja Boogie. Here comes Cask. We'll throw out a Cask, which by the way is going to be a pain in the ass moving forward. And it's going to push everyone back, but it is going to be one kill going either way. Yeah, for WTF,
yet.
I mean...
The Ogre there, giving some Ignite and some right-click damage, but, well, Cast is there and giving, of course, the Voodoo Restoration. That should, I don't know, settle all that conflict here in the bottom lane. Either way, we have now a tri-lane situation, so they kind of adapted their lanes, but we have to see. Team Malaysia is like, okay guys, you come with all 3 down here bottom, so we go mid and gank there. And to be honest, they might find a Viper on really low HP there. With, I don't know, with the Scarif Mage slow and some right-clicks, we might see something happening in the mid lane pretty soon.
He does have a rather defensive build as far as Vipers are concerned. Level 4 with 2 points in Corrosive, and the longer they wait, the longer this Tango is going to kick in. So it looks like Royer is going to survive for now, however. Don't really know how long that's going to be the case. Now in a full tri-lane situation, it's going to be actually pretty good for Elder Titan. Like, he's usually used to going up against lineups like this, except from the get-go. Already being level 4 means that he's going to have that much more control over the lane with a higher level Spirit, plus the additional damage from the Natural Order. So Elder Titan in this situation is actually going to feel pretty comfortable. Yes, he's going to be on the receiving end most of the time, but he will be able to spam out his Spirit decently well since he is well on his way to his Soul Ring. In fact, does he have that completed? Yes, he does. So this bottom lane, it could just dissolve for Team Malaysia, and that'll be just fine for them.
Yep, and at the moment KYXY is filling up his supports with mana and HP from the bottle and then picks up that bounty rune top. They waited long for it and...
Oh my god.
Okay, now I'm joining the hate train. What is wrong with the hardware, guys? The PCs are going down. Like, let's find out who's sponsoring the PCs, please.
Maybe that's the... Someone in chat said that's the grand prize. You get to have functional PCs.
Okay, but apparently they fast reconnected, so maybe it wasn't even a problem. Either way, both of them say G and we're like back on our train of thought. What was our last thought?
Team Malaysia are going to be fine on this bottom lane with their Elder Titan situation until... What is happening? Do they even have computers there? Are they just playing on like a Nokia N-Gage or something like that? Because there's a significant possibility.
Like I have an old Nokia 3310. They need any upgrades. Oh my god, sorry, that was evil. Guys, no, we actually love it. That can happen.
No, we're here to have fun, man. We're here to have fun.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have fun. Either way, this can happen on every LAN. Like, it's just here for some fun. But let's see, what's the Elder Titan doing there? Like, he should be a bit careful. If he's getting locked in, well, it might be a bad idea. At the moment, Cast is just putting some right clicks in him, but he still has tangos. He has the Soul Ring as well as Tranquil Boots. He had a nice start into this game, so I don't think they're gonna get this Elder Titan anytime soon out of the lane. He can just stand there and ask the Spirit.
Lane though, Net and Ling are going to run into Chrissy. They don't have an Ancient Seal, so not that much damage. Where's the Morphling? Very far away with no boots. Even if he was there, a waveform wouldn't have done anything. Well, I mean, still, the Brewmaster is going to be fine. I guess that's the takeaway. Opening up with a Ring of Protection, not very commonly seen from Brewmasters. Eventually, you want to get yourself a Vlad's, sometimes, but usually Ring of Protection is held to later. Either way, attempt at aggression in top lane, not going to pan out for Team Malaysia, and Brewmaster is actually pretty close to his level 6. He got quite a bit of farm off this top lane.
Yep, and apparently they're trying it with the current set of PCs, but they already brought that whole idea of maybe changing the set of PCs. Let's see, I hope not, because that would throw our schedule really back. I'm planning on like 7 to 9 hours casting. I don't want to make it like 12 or more. Let's see. Oh, never mind, I should not have jinxed it.
This is like, I don't even know. There has to be some creative way of saying what's going on right now. 4v5? 4v5?
It's pretty funny what he says, like Ninja Boogie. Every few seconds, one of their PCs freezes. Like,
Come beside me.
Come beside.
I love it. Oh my god.
Let's
This
share a
is great.
screen.
Yeah. It's just like the good old days, N64. No screen peeking. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I remember that back then. I mean, in I don't know, like, was it even 90s or early 2000s? Like, we actually had people back then in Counter-Strike LANs that were sneak peeking on the enemies' monitors and stuff like that, and you had to prevent it. So you always put like fence that protect your monitors by standing around the team playing. Either way, back to Dota here, not nostalgia. Top lane, I think. Yeah, they want to go on the Brewmaster, but it's just some harass damage here by those two Team Malaysia guys.
This is 5 levels of support heroes going up against a level 5 hero, so Chrissy should be fine in most cases should that actually come to be a full-on brawl. Once Morphling comes in, maybe a waveform is going to be relevant, but Brewmaster, though he is being zoned out right now, has still gotten enough out of the lane to call it a success, and, you know, Jo not having the best of time at the beginning of the early game stages. He is recovering now that Team Malaysia have dissolved their bottom lane. So overall for Rave, the lanes aren't going too terribly. And once they get to this level 6 on the Brewmaster, he will be almost completely safe. And then he's actually going to rush a Blink Dagger, it looks like. So
yeah,
Team Rave looking to
interrupted everything. Not even Tranquil Boots or anything, which it looked like maybe at the start. But if he actually gets that Blink Dagger initiation on the Scarab Mage, and if he's just slow on the silence, like, he can kill a Scarab Mage with the first Panda ultimate, and that is something I guess he wants to go for. So right now staying on lane, and he gets some decentish farm. With now the supports leaving, he might even get more, but that smoking, however, in the mid might be successful on the Viper. Viper level 6, but pretty low, on 50% HP. There is a ward now, so they see exactly what's going on, inclusive the Vengeful Spirit.
And Ninja Boogie's smoke is going to be blown, so he knows exactly where everyone is. I guess Team Malaysia also know that there's a Vengeful Spirit there, so there's going to be traded intel, and it is probably going to be favoring Rave just because their Viper was in more trouble. They've actually rotated their Elder Titan towards the mid lane. I don't know if he's going to stay here for very long. Looks like he's just here for one spirit for some reason. He's now going to leave the lane. That's fine. Definitely attempt at killing off this Viper as they brought in some serious heavy guns, but looks like that's not going to come to pass. They're going to instead rotate back up towards top and just try to protect this Morphling's farm, but even though they're doing so, they're not shutting down this Brewmaster by any means. Now level 6. Is there an Ancient Seal yet on the Scarab Mage? Yes, there is, but they're going to have to chain stun him pretty perfectly if they actually want to kill this hero off. And Ninja Boogie's also right behind him. Not really doing that much now, but maybe will turn into some backup.
To kill the Brewmaster, they have to perfectly stun and silence him, probably dive the tower, and that is even without the Vengeful Spirit in the equation. So top, I don't think anything's happening. And Team Malaysia does the right thing. They're pulling the sides at the moment because they saw, okay, we didn't get anything in the mid, we didn't get anything top, so we might as well just go back and farm. The 8 minutes runes are spawning. Well, we have Net already securing that top one. That is a haste drone, and that is always something dangerous on KYXY's Death Prophet here. And well, bottom, who actually got the bottom rune? I completely missed that. Ah, cast. Well, definitely nice gift for a support.
Yeah, so haste rune on the Death Prophet is going to allow her for rotations, and there is actually just no vision on Rave except for one stray Observer Ward over towards bottom. So, I mean, bottom lane's not going to be ganked. Don't know if KYXY had that in mind, but no matter what, it will be easy for him to go pretty much anywhere, and wherever he goes, it will probably result in some sort of kill. You know, maybe he's not going to have the best of time, but he'll probably get a kill, and if he does get the kill, then Exorcism has maxed out Witchcraft right behind it, so he's gone for the more aggressive pushing build. So far hasn't really benefited him just yet, and I don't really know if he will get to a point where it could benefit him, but certainly this is the rune that you want if you're going to make some action happen. The only question is, where does he go if he goes anywhere at all?
That's a good question. All I see is like G when ready. I mean, we're all the time ready. We couldn't be more ready than we are right now, but apparently everybody's ready. Let's just hope this doesn't continue with the pauses. This is like pause number 7 or 8.
And we're not going to keep track. Although we might, it's a little bit too late to keep track. Although if we were, that would have been pretty interesting from the beginning.
Yep, but let's see top, because with the Ogre actually making the stun initiation and the slow, especially here on Ninja Boogie, that might be something. Now he got spotted. There's the stun, there is the slow, another slow, and look at all that burst damage. They even silenced the Panda, but now I think they have to retreat. Casket just flying forth and back WTF. He doesn't have enough mana. He misses exactly 5 mana at the moment. Strength Wolf helps him for a while, but I don't think he can escape there. Well, no, I think that's pretty much it. This one is settled with the second stun of the Brewmaster, and now, well, the Ogre, he knows the Panda ultimate is soon over, but there's the magic missile. What they need is a Thunderclap, but no mana for that either.
Nice silence on the cast as well, denying him that cask. And now they're going to try to chase forward. Here comes KYXY. Exorcism already popped. However, he's not too healthy. He's going to put some serious damage in the Witch Doctrine that will get the kill. It's going to be Ling to take that one. Royer is also here. He already used Viper Strike. I don't know on what, but he's now trading hits with KYXY. KYXY not going to be able to comfortably take those hits. He needs to wait just a little bit more, and then his Exorcism will juice him back up to near full. But it is going to be, a couple of kills traded here and there. The Morphling dying was really the real stinging part there for Team Malaysia, as that is just not what you want to have happen ever.
Yep, it's a vengeful spirit for Morphling. Definitely a trait you don't want to do. And like when I was kind of in the fight was when Ninja Boogie actually stunned the creep. That magic missile, I don't know if you saw it, but that was supposed to be a magic missile on the Death Prophet, but it ended up on a creep there, and that was quite confusing. So I don't know if that was aiming issues, a new mouse, or maybe the freezing, lagging problem, whatever, but we're gonna find out. 10 minutes into the game, 2 and 4 at the moment. The game kind of slowed down. Like, I was hoping for something similar like a draft, like we had it in the draft, fast and a lot of action. But at the moment I think we're in some sort of farming phase.
Yeah, and that's actually pretty weird considering Chrissy has 2,600 gold, and that's not supposed to be the case for a Brewmaster until it's like 45 minutes into the game. He needs his Blink Dagger right about now, and I mean, when you're holding this much gold, it kind of indicates that you don't actually want to go for a Blink Dagger, which shouldn't be the case. No, there it is. He's just going to wait a really, really long time and then pick it up with the Magic Stick as well. So now Blink Dagger up on Chrissy, so this is the item that Rave want if they want to break this kind of stalemate farm fest that's been going on for the past couple of minutes, with a couple kills traded here and there, but this is big game. This is the item that you want.
But look what's going on at the moment in the Dire Jungle. We have ultimate stacking. This is triple stack on all 3 camps at the moment, I think. Yep. Is that even a quadruple stack? No, it's triple stack on all 3 central camps here in the Dire Jungle, and they're going all together in farming. They're like, yo guys, we not just use the lanes, we're gonna use everything else as well. And except for 1 lane, they're farming really everything. Jungle plus 2 lanes, that's just fine. I don't know if the whole equation is, of course, taking Jo into account, because he appreciates that time he has now farming on that Medusa.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Medusa hasn't been touched in quite a long time, so Jo playing PvE right now, and he's doing pretty well, and looks like Team Malaysia, they don't have any, ideas of actually shutting him down, as they're smoking up, heading towards the north. So it's going to be 3 heroes leading the charge, and the receiving end, it's going to be poor Ninja Boogie. It's a level 3 Vengeful Spirit. This is like, it feels kind of hard to watch this, just because, I mean,
yep,
it's a support. I mean, come on, guys.
That is no mercy at all. Like, that was so much overkill, it wasn't even funny. He died so fast that even, like, I don't know, rotating in there, spending a TP would have been completely waste of resources and time. Instead, they go for a tier 1 tower, and I think that's the best they can do in this situation. But of course, Team Malaysia, they got the same idea with KYXY rotating into that lane, and of course the Exorcism up. That's a very easy one. But in the mid, we have invisibility on the Scarab Mage, so if they rotate after the tier 1 tower, we might actually see something happening.
Well, Ling doesn't quite yet have his Mystic Flare, so getting kills on someone like Viper is going to be very, very difficult for Team Malaysia with only the heroes that were in the area. It's going to be a clean tower kill for Team Malaysia, using Exorcism for that. And then it's going to be, looks like tower defended down towards bottom. Jo is still sticking around, really wants this tower. But this Elder Titan, he's gone for 2 points natural order, 2 points in the Echo Stomp. It's such a nuisance. It's not going to, set up for a kill just yet on any of these Rave heroes, but it's certainly slowing them down by a very long time just because of how the Echo Stomp works. So the tower's going to be held for now, and it might actually buy Team Malaysia enough time to get down there and then actually make a fight happen. That being said, it looks like they want to farm instead. KYXY cleaning up the rest of the jungle, and this is pretty much as efficient as you could possibly get with all those stacks.
Yep, absolutely. At the moment, Team Malaysia is just doing a way better farming job. Bottom, I think they want to, I don't know, bait out something, but the problem is nobody falls for it at the moment. This bait is going nowhere, so instead they're just going to take that tier 1 tower. No cliff ready for it. It will be ready after the tower, obviously, but yeah, now all they have to do is getting the right click on it, and yeah, successfully so Jo is going to get it, the one who needs it the most.
And now they should look for a fight. Not only do they get that additional chunk of gold, but they saw that Brewmaster sitting on that blink mid lane. Royer is going to set upon Mystic Flare, now leveled up on lane, but he has maxed out Corrosive Skin plus a mechanism. He's back up to 2/3 HP. Blink forward for initiation onto the Skywrath Mage. Boulder Toss is going to lock him down for a little while longer. Wave from the Vengeful Spirit, not quite enough to kill him off. Needs one more Boulder Toss and then just a couple more seconds with them. Fire Panda doing some serious damage to the Skywrath Mage. Will get hit with the rock and he will go down. Now it looks like they're thinking about the Elder Titan, but they should think better of it, and they will make a full-on retreat. They might run into WTF. Morphling with a maxed out waveform could possibly snipe Ninja Boogie, but it will put him in a lot of trouble. It will just be a couple kills going the way of Rave. Actually, only one, but they saved their Viper, and I think that's probably the biggest takeaway.
Yep, I mean, they saved the Viper, or actually the Viper saved itself pretty much, simply for the reason that was Mac. You already mentioned it, 4 points Corrosive Skin, so he had no trouble at all staying alive there, even with like all this magic damage coming his way, and it was even amplified by, of course, the presence of the Elder Titan. In the end, well, it's a good one, of course, for Rave, and it shows how tinky Rave's lineup is gonna be at some point. But Team Malaysia, they want to push at the moment. Next Exorcism is gonna be used for that tier 1 tower in the mid. There's still a cliff. They use it right now, and oh, they want to find initiation. They find it. The Vengeful Spirit is just exploding, but well, the Panda wants to still go in there. There is KYXY going down before the Exorcism can heal him, and now they want to chase here. Well, Ohio, and with the next Blink Dagger, no, it's not happening. He puts them all asleep, but Viper is coming there from the side. That's a safe kill, and they even want to optimize their farm on heroes. They get the Skywrath Mage and the Elder Titan. The Ogre hiding in the jungle. That's all you can do in this situation.
And that should have been a lot better from Team Malaysia. However, Jo coming in from the north with the Stone Gaze already turned on. The Death Prophet at that point was caught between Medusa and Brewmaster, and she does have a Eul Scepter now, but she didn't have it on her person, so was unable to actually get any value off of that. And you would have thought that for Team Malaysia, with the Brewmaster ultimate being down and the Death Prophet ultimate being up, it would have been very clean for them, but they just didn't expect the power of Medusa to come in from that angle, so it ended up costing them, and now they're going to try to crack back into a tier 1, and it looks like it might be successful.
Yep, with the cliff already out, why not? And their tower in the mid is also in deny range. They didn't deny because they wanted to push, but yeah, they're gonna deny it on the way back. So that's a lot of gold lost for Team Malaysia here.
That's a little bit unfortunate for them. They lost a lot of map control as well. And Rave, they still have the split up from the Brewmaster. Just recently cooled that one down. They do have to worry about WTF, who's been kind of a nuisance up towards top. Now taking into a man fight with Chrissy. With Ninja Boogie here, they might be able to kill him off if they actually use the split. I don't think they have enough if they decide not to. They're just going to try to beat him down. Another Blink Clap. It will not kill him off, as actually the Morphling goes right down to the south. No, that's where Viper is. You don't want to go there, Morphling. That's the wrong decision. He was pretty much home free if he just kept on moving upwards, but he made the wrong call and he ended up getting punished for it.
He really wanted to play smart. He wanted to make that little juke with a replicate, but yeah, with Viper and Vengeful Spirit like already heading that way, and no, it was actually the Witch Dog being around that area as well, so easy kill for them. They didn't fall for it, and that's Morphling going down as well. Now comparing the Morphling and the Dusa, which is pretty much the direct core duel, we have Jo at the moment on 7.2k and of course the Morphling on 5.6, so the difference is getting quite significant at the moment. We're 17 minutes in and the cores should be head on head, but they are not.
Yeah, Medusa is actually quite a lot more ahead than I really would have thought. Granted, Jo has been playing most of this game alone on the bottom lane, and Morphling has been dealing with a lot more heroes from Rave rotating in and out, so there is that to consider. But Morphling can do quite a bit even if he doesn't have as much farm as Medusa, so As far as their contributions with their given amounts of farm, assuming they actually get items that translate well, it should be relatively even. Though Medusa, she's sitting on a Perseverance as the Morphling. She has an entire Yasha ahead right now. I don't know if it's going to be straight up into the Manta style, if it's going to be slowing down for Lincoln Sphere. Either way, this Medusa is pretty much on track. In fact, I would say she's probably ahead of where she normally would be.
Yep, absolutely. And I don't know, Team Malaysia, it looked like they wanted to go for that tier 1 tower, make it maybe even a tower trade, or with just being there in a numbers advantage, going for that Viper. But we had that rotation of Cass in there. He is level 8 now, which means we have Death Ward and a maxed out, Cask plus even 3 points with a restoration. So tankiness, that healing plus a Viper, the stuns and the Death Ward maybe in an awkward position. It's something you just don't want to dive when you're like going up against 2 heroes and a tower, especially when the kill might take as long as a Viper kill usually takes.
Yeah, it's just not worth your time. And well, what is worth the Rave team's time is going to be jumping on towards mid lane. KYXY does have a Eul Scepter swap for Ninja Boogie. Not quite there, only level 5. And then a Haster, and you're not going to catch up to him, not ever. So that's probably just a waste of time in the end. Chrissy still has this split and now has a Vlad's on top of it. When Rave have this Brewmaster split, even though the Exorcism is up, they should be looking for fights, as a level 11 Brewmaster at this point should be just the king of the court. And well, he's going to run KYXY. Ninja Boogie's going to be taking the brunt of it. Mystic Flare will bring him down, but Chrissy's going to jump in for a very nice clap. But Eul Scepter, before he can split, they're going to try to kill off Ling. It's not going to happen, even after a big crit. Chrissy's not going to have any follow-up right now, and it'll just be a single snipe from Team Malaysia. It was smoke gank into smoke gank, and Team Malaysia come out ahead.
Yep, and that was a nice global snake there flying their way. In the end, Team Malaysia, well, they equalized. It's 7-7 here. I mean, it's not a crazy trade. This was a smoke for like a single kill, and they had to already run back. It comes down to what the cores find as farm at the moment. The Morphling actually starting to catch up now, and he stays in that top lane. He wants to keep on pushing, but to be honest, when it comes to objectives, he doesn't really get much done. So for him, it's really just about CSing like his way up to the Viper and the Dusa, because apparently those two are like, yeah, head on head at the moment in the net worth race.
I think there's something to be said about the fact that the Morphling was farming the top lane. He's a level 11 hero. Ninja Boogie was on the other end as a level 5, now level 6 Vengeful Spirit, and they were just trading farm. They were just happy coexisting, and that honestly should not be the case right now. If your Morphling is this high level, he should feel more than comfortable enough to, at the very least, poke at the Vengeful Spirit, try for a waveform, and see what happens from there. Maybe set up a replicate beforehand, but Ninja Boogie actually got quite a bit of experience out of that in a situation where he shouldn't be anywhere near that Morphling. So it's really just a testament of how relatively weak the Morphling feels right now. But oh, bottom lane, Breuer is going to hit with Mystic Flare. Still, the skin is going to help him quite a bit, but not when you get cracked back to the Earth Splitter. He's going to take a fall. Exorcism already out. Here comes the rest of Rave's heroes, but it might be a little bit too late. Chrissy's going to jump forward for a clap, connecting onto 0 people. Now it's going to be Net who's going to be taking the focus. Elder Titan also isolated out of the air. Net cannot go anywhere, literally stuck, and he's going to go down. That's a 1-for-1 trade so far. Can they get one well? Swap back onto KYXY. He's being focused down with everything in the kitchen sink, and he looks like he will take a fall. No, Eul Scepter will save him with 30 HP, but he will die regardless. That's going to be a 2-for-1 with Ninja Boogie still surviving in the meantime, and that will be a 3rd kill onto the Scarith Mage's Medusa is currently running unchecked. Chrissy going to quickly teleport to the top lane, try to get this tower denied from WTF. He gets that one as well. A huge set of wins for Rave. 3 kills, 3-for-1, and a tower deny.
Yep, that is actually bad news. And WTF, well, he has to use his replicate out there just to get away from the Panda. Panda is not pursuing, but man, you just traded 3-1 in that bottom lane. You didn't get anything done in objectives, obviously, because they were stopped before. Even though it looked promising that the Death Prophet survived so long and that the Exorcism almost came back even to heal him, but they just killed him right before it was about to end. And, well, I don't know. The problem is they wanted to split push at the same time with the Morphling, trade a tier 2 tower for a not so good team fight. It didn't end up well because the Panda with his deny made this even a better trade for Rave.
Honestly, it feels like the Elder Titan is on Rave's side. Like, the amount of damage that they're putting out feels like a natural order's worth of damage. Whereas for Team Malaysia, though they are working with level 3 natural order, that's quite a bit of extra damage. It just doesn't seem like they're putting out as much as Rave. And granted, that was, for the most part, a 4v5 since WTF was not involved with that fight at all. So there is that to consider. But still, I mean, Team Malaysia should be taking more kills in those types of engagements when, as you said, you have Exorcism flying for so long with the amplified damage of natural order. Yet that just wasn't the case. Maybe they just blew everything on the Viper and that turned out not to be the right call given the circumstances. But, I mean, every single team would have made that call. So Just didn't go well for Team Malaysia, and well, they're not necessarily that far behind. Net worth and experience slightly in favor of Rave, so still is anyone's game. And well, Team Malaysia, they're packing a hand of Midas on the Titan, so maybe they just want to turtle up for a little while longer now.
Yep, and this game started out so relaxed on the draft and everything, and everybody was like in a good mood, but apparently they take it very serious when it comes to, like, I don't know, finding themselves in a not so good position and falling back and farming, because that's at the moment I think the best Team Malaysia can do. But I'm not quite sure if that works out, because that Duza is now in a position where she is just snowballing more and more. She doesn't care. She has like enough region at the moment that she can leave that mana shield on, just go anywhere she wants. Like, killing her is, I don't know, really some task for life. Either way, I think it's time to look in the graphs for the first time in this game. Like, all this forth and back, the first 17 or 15, 17 minutes, it was so equal, but now Rave, they're gonna start their advantage. 4k in experience, we have about 2k in gold. It's not much, it's something you can turn around with one fight, but maybe Rave is gonna get even a better trade, because we have a smoke in the mid.
And the Viper unfortunately missed that one. They're going to try to lay the Viper out as bait, but it's going to be Ling to blow the smoke first. No observers in the area, so they know that someone's here. And Rave, I think, expect that they're spotted right now. Regardless, it's not going to stop them. They're going to go straight into the Roshan pit. This is going to be a relatively even Roshan fight if it does break out, with the exception being WTF is still on the top lane. He's split pushing pretty aggressively, but
they don't know where they
Team
are.
Malaysia...
You see WTF, he's going like forth and back. He's not 100% sure where's Team Rave. Are they smoking on my position? But they're not. Roshan goes down, and Team Malaysia, before they even, I don't know, we're certain about the position, it already happened. We have an Aqua Storm attempt, but it doesn't even stop the TP of the Viper. So Viper now in the defense mode here on the top lane, stopping WTF. And well, they have Aegis, a lot of gold on XP. I mean, it's not that much gold, but still, it helps, especially when you already have an advantage.
Yeah, I think the real takeaway there is that Team Malaysia could have, in theory, had a decent fight given the clumped up area. Earth Splitter gets really good in the Roshan pit, and they could have potentially been a fight that they could have wanted to take, but instead they just didn't have the opportunity. They're going to now get Ohio initiated upon Death Ward being channeled, and El Titan so slow is going to try to crawl away, mech up, and it looks like the extra armor and health will save him. So that's going to not be a kill for Rave. Though using Death Ward for it, not really a terribly huge deal.
It's one of those days where you wish you had Maledict. Like, I mean, we see it. I mean, on HeflaTV you always see, like, kind of mixed builds, because we cast a lot of scenes and a lot of different teams. And sometimes we actually see the Witch Doctor with the Maledict build. Here, however, we only really have to stun the Voodoo Restoration and the Death Ward, obviously. So, Maledict, even a level 1 would have been just enough.
And that's very rarely the case where Maledict is that relevant, but I mean, you're going to be kicking yourself for not having Maledict. I think you're also going to be pretty happy that you have Voodoo Restoration. At least there will be circumstances where Voodoo Restoration level 4 just the most ridiculous skill you could possibly have. They're going to use the Aegis now Rave to try to take down this mid tower. And, well, really, Jo is feeling pretty comfortable doing this mostly by himself. Christie also looking for an opening with a Blink Clap split. However, he has to watch out for the Eul Scepter, although not anymore. That Eul Scepter literally did nothing. So, Eul Scepter now out and swap back onto Ohio. They're going to tag him with poison. Christie's going to clap him as well. Elder Titan doomed to fall, even with the mech. Not enough. And Warrior has a double damage rune. Instant buyback from the Elder Titan. Rave, they don't really have that much pushing power anymore, at least not for high ground, so they're going to fall back, but they force out a buyback, which is pretty huge.
Yep. They force out a buyback. WTF, sure, he gets some farm in the meantime, but, well, there was, like, a kill on top of that tier 2 tower, like the icing on top of the cake. I just don't see them being stopped at the moment. I mean, the Elder Titan, the reason for him buying back is simply because, like, the Astral Spirit harass has to be there, and the synergy of him reducing armor and, of course, the minus magic even more importantly. Well, let's see. They want to stop them top. They don't want to, like, respect that tier 2 tower, I don't know, like, just going down without a fight.
Alright, top lane though. Malaysia looking for a fight. If anyone get caught with the Eul Scepter, I'm pretty sure they're just dead. Death Prophet pretty darn quick. Chrissy doesn't have another blink. Will split around the corner, and Magic Missile KYXO walks into a trap, and he will be brought down. Jao's going to take that one down. Earth Splitter is doing some nice damage to one hero, Jao, but he has managed still to soak that one up. The Brewmaster still going strong onto Ling, and Scarth Mage all alone now is going to be brought down. In the meantime, WTF in the back lines looking to escape, actually, as Raven just charging forward. Yeah, he has the replicate up and use waveform in every which way, but no, not going to be a fight in Rave. That was a very sneaky move. Just splitting from around one tree is very rarely seen, and it works out so well for them. The Death Prophet didn't see that one coming at all.
Absolutely, that was bait worth over 9,000, definitely. This is not just 2 kills and 2 nice kills. I mean, the Death Prophet, getting him down is really worth the effort. And of course, nice Skywrath Mage with a tier 2 tower on top of it. So 13-8 at the moment, 28th minute. And we have only 1 tier 2 tower left now in the bottom lane. And I just don't see what is holding Rave back now, going for it. Like, in theory, they could just really go for it. Maybe they want to snack here and there some Ancients around in the jungle, but sooner or later, they can really just finish the outer towers and secure even more of their advantage they have right now.
Oh, for sure. For Rave, going for this final tier 2 on the bottom lane should be a cakewalk. Going up towards the high ground is going to be a little bit more dangerous given the Astral Spirit threat. And of course, if you get stomped, 2 people get stunned, then that could just be an instantly lost fight for Rave. So they have to be a lot more careful about going towards high ground. But man, Jo now has a straight Eye of Scotty. I did not see that one coming. And well, he's just going to straight by that one after nothing else. TP scroll, probably not the best item. There we go. Eye of Scotty on Jo. They still have the Aegis for a little while longer. I don't think they're going to get value off of it. But tier 2 tower in the bottom lane, once the Brewmaster split is up, and it will be in 10 seconds, should be quick to fall. And Team Malaysia, it would probably benefit them to just sack that one. They can't defend it well.
Nope, I just don't see it happening. But at the moment, Rave, they're setting the terms on this game. This is absolutely in their hands. Whatever they do, Team Malaysia has to answer. And well, we have to see. At the moment, Chrissy, he's going also for a build I definitely like. Not just relying on the split. He's going really for some right-click build, which means he's gonna be a valuable teamfight member even after like his split is over. So some lifesteal, the damage aura, of course, and he himself, he will be quite resilient with that BKB coming for him.
And also there's the case of him jumping in with the BKB turned on so as to not get thrown up into the air from a Cyclone or silence from a Skywrath Mage, very fast to come out skills that will just completely screw up the Rave's initiation. So it's going to guarantee that he's going to get a blink clap split, and sometimes it's just what you need, and that will just instantly win you a fight in and of itself. So the BKB on the Brewmaster is going to be so important in this game, and he doesn't even need it to be long duration. He only needs like 1 second of Magic Immunity and he'll be fine. So
yep,
if he wants to use that offensively without splitting, then that's perfectly fine as well.
And I mean, Morph is finding some farm now. He is only 5k behind, like considering like all circumstances, how the game went and the team fights and how also the towers are standing. Still, like, he just doesn't do too much damage at the moment in comparison to the Duza. Plus the Duza even applying debuffs with Eye of Scotty now or whatsoever. The AoE of the Duza way higher than the Morphling, for example. It's just, I don't know, my Team Malaysia, they drafted for this magical burst. Some sustain, some, I don't know, pushing the objectives with Exorcism, but they just don't get to play this strategy at the moment. Like, Rave doesn't let them play this kind of draft.
I think part of that is going back to those stacks in the jungle. Death Prophet was clearing all of them out. She got so much cash from that, and yet what did she do with that? She's now 0-3-3, which is not the score you want to see on your Death Prophet. So, I mean, you get all this money, you get all this experience Death Prophet, then you do nothing with it. That's pretty much a huge waste. And, you know, the Morphling can't really clear the stacks as easily as the Death Prophet. It'll take him a hell of a lot longer. He'll take a lot more damage. And that's the kind of gold that Morphling really would need right now, because the Death Prophet's not really relevant in this game. And, well, they're going to try to go the high ground now, Rave. Jo right sitting on top, and Chris is going to jump forward. They're going to throw every spell every which way. Force out the fortification. Here comes the Spirit. Looking for a stomp onto a couple, though that angle is not really there. Might catch Jo and Chrissy, and it will. He's now snoozing, has a BKB. In fact, Net is going to be jumped on by Rior, and he's going to be brought down. Now Death Ward, swap back as well onto KYXY. He's going to throw himself in the air, but he doesn't have Exorcism up. He's doomed to fall. He's going to get critted as soon as he lands. That's going to be 2 kills for Rave. Now back onto the tower. The Morphling's in the Radiant base, but do they actually care about this? It looks like someone does. It's going to be the Brewmaster to TP away, as Rior and Jay are with more than enough damage to kill off the melee Raxes. They will also now go for the range. Team Malaysia, they're going to buy back after a nice Earth Splitter onto 3. Cassido with the heal up. He's going to get so much survivability for the team. Not before he gets misdeclared, though. He's going to go down. Now KYXY does have the Exorcism up, but it might be a little bit too late. They've already lost melee Raxes. Teleportation in now. It's going to be Net. Fire Blast onto Rior, but he gets now focused by Jo. All of this, so the split shot going to kill off the Skywrath Mage at the exact same time. KYXY dropping pretty low, and Rior is actually still alive because of the Assault Cuirass. Looking for a Viper Strike, and that will be lethal. KYXY just bought back, and he's going to go down. It's a full 5-man wipe. as Brewmaster also gets his kill on the Morphling up towards the top lane. That's going to be 2 sets of Raxes for Rave, it looks like, unless Team Malaysia buy back, but I don't even know if the Morphling and Scarf Mage can do it right now.
Well, they could, but I don't see how they're gonna defend this. This might be actually 2 sets and maybe even game, but it looks like Team Malaysia, they hold on, so they're gonna go for the range tracks. That's, I guess, the reasonable decision here. Maybe they want to bait out something more, but look, the Brewmaster is gonna join that fight here. The Ogre alone won't do anything against Jo, and well, I don't know what they fear, to be honest. Like, I mean, they're 3 versus 2 at the moment, and those 2, well, except for like a nice multicast combination with a level 1 Mystic Flare, I don't think anyone was really destined to die there, but they are settling with just range tracks, which is surprising me.
Well, they're going to play it safe, and they're going to get the benefit of, I think, a relatively short respawn timer. You know, keeping time in the head, not really my forte, but Roshan is now up, and soon it's going to be down, as Jo should have a double life. No, Ninja Poogie is going to take a double life. Jo's unkillable anyway, so, I mean, he's going to have a butterfly soon. He's already just sitting in the middle and tanking everything for the team. So is the Viper. You might as well just give the Aegis away to the Vengeful Spirit, I suppose. But Team Malaysia, they are now Rax down. It's not the fastest Raxing in the world. But what's scary is that Team Rave now, their push down the mid lane is going to be so much stronger. It's now reset with a split, and they have the Aegis and the Butterfly. I mean, Team Malaysia couldn't defend the first time. Can they defend the second time? It doesn't seem likely.
I just don't see it happening, especially because you see the Morphling and his item progression. He just picked up a Ghost Scepter. Sure, it's right now some studs for him and a defensive item, but he's so far away making this like a E-Blade. And that's why I'm just not scared of this Morphling at the moment. I just don't see it happening. And look how this Rax is melting. So that's number 1. And they're like, yo guys, we just go for it. But there's the swap. That poor Scarf Mage, he just exploded.
That's a 3-man stomp. Now they're going to try to focus on this Viper, but he has Assault Cuirass and Agnes Scepter. He's so damn tanky. Crackback isn't even going to kill off Ninja Boogie, as Jo with a Stone Gaze is going to lock everyone else from Team Malaysia out. It's going to be the Brewmaster to wake them up with a BKB split. In the meantime, KYXI being focused by Jo. That's a double kill for him as the Brewmaster causing havoc in the back line. Ohio's going to try to escape. He's tanky, but not tanky enough. Now net down to the floor. He's going to be met with everyone from Rave. That's going to be a 4 for 0, and that's going to be so devastating that Team Malaysia just have to tap out.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, the crafts at the end, we were at like 25k, almost 30k advantage in both crafts. Like, Rave, just next level game here. They were ahead in farm. Duza way ahead. Well, it's the first game here of this LAN event. 3 days, MPGL Grand Finals here, brought to you by HeflaTV. My name is HeflaMog, and that was no, it was Michael, as you heard there, one of our Morika caster. Either way, guys, this is just one of 7 games. All of them are best of 1, so we will be for some minutes on our waiting screen, and then we are coming back for the next game, which is Team Malaysia versus Myth. So we have Malaysia versus Thailand.
Yeah, and we're just going to be following Team Malaysia today, so that's what's going to go on.
Yep, so be right back, guys.